What is servanthood? Number 2, servanthood means rendering service without seeking gain. Servanthood means rendering service without seeking what? Gain. Without seeking gain. Now we have a generation who will never do anything without expecting anything in return. Whenever you see them doing anything, it's because they want something. Hello? We have a generation that when you see them lifting a chair, because they want to be acknowledged. When you see them sweeping, because they want to be acknowledged. When you see them doing anything in the house of God, it's because they want to gain favor. You want to gain favor. But hear me out. A gaining mentality is a slaving mentality. Anything if you have that mentality that anything that you want to do, you have to gain it, you are putting yourself under slavery. A gaining mentality is a slaving mentality, but a service mentality is dominion. It takes, when you serve, you have dominion. Service will put you in a place where you have dominion. Now turn to Genesis chapter 39 verse 4. Genesis 39 verse 4. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him. And he did what? When Joseph found favor in the eyes of Potiphar, Joseph did what? He served. Now, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had, he put into his hand. Even when Joseph had favor, he did what? He served. He had favor in the eyes of Potiphar. Even though he knew that he had favor, yes, still he went and he was still what? Servant. Why? Because he didn't have a gaining mentality. He didn't have a gaining mentality. And because he had a service mentality, everything in Potiphar's house was put under his care. That is dominion. That is what? That is dominion. So a service mentality is dominion mentality. When you serve, things will be entrusted in your care. Things will be put in your care. Are you here with me? When you serve, you see, he served. Joseph did what? He served. And because he served, Potiphar made him overseer, in charge. Potiphar put him in charge. Now, when you're in charge, it means you have dominion. When you are in charge, it means that you have what? Dominion. So servanthood means rendering service without seeking gain. Without seeking what? Gain. It didn't only happen in Potiphar's house. In Genesis chapter 39 verse 22. Genesis 39 verse 22. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. Even when he was put into prison, he still went with a service mentality. And when he went with a service mentality, all the prisoners were put under his care. When you have the service mentality, wherever you go, you dominate. If you have the service spirit, wherever you go, you dominate. He was in Potiphar's house, he was 7. Potiphar put everything under his care. He got to the prison, he went and served. Now they put the prisoners, and I said that everything, and whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. Anything that happened in the prison, Joseph was the architect of it. In Genesis chapter 30, verse 30 to 31, Genesis chapter 30, verse 30 to 31. For it was little which thou hast before I came, and it is now increased unto a multitude. And the Lord had blessed thee since mine coming. Look at Jacob talking. Jacob was talking to their uncle. He said, when I came in, you had little. But the Lord has increased what you have into multitude because of me. Because of who? Because of me, Joseph. He said, and it is now increased unto a multitude. And the Lord had blessed you, my uncle, since mine coming. So it's because Jacob, I came. That is why God has blessed you. Hello? Now look at, and now when shall I provide for my own house? This is the question Jacob asked the uncle. Verse 31. And the uncle asked Joseph, What shall I give thee? What was Jacob's answer? And Jacob said, thou shalt not give me anything. Thou shalt not give me. Thou shalt not give me. Joseph knew that the house of his uncle was blessed because of him. If it were to be you, hey, uncle, let's share it into two. But Mr. Reinhard, am I lying? All what you have, there were so few. But because I came here, God, you uncle, now you are aware. Uncle, how you are aware? So I mean to graduation now, and they are now asking me what I want. Chimpe. Hello. Let's divide it into two. But look at what Jacob said. He said, "Thou shalt not give me anything. Thou shalt not give me anything." He had a service mentality. He had a service mentality, and at the end, Jacob had more than even what the uncle had. If he had told the uncle to divide it into two, that would have been his inheritance. But because he said, "Don't give you cannot give me anything." If if God has blessed you because of me, then God can bless me. Hello? Then God can what? Now he put the idea, the wisdom God gave him to work, and God blessed Jacob more than the uncle. Hear me out. A gaining mentality is a slaving mentality. If everything that you are doing in the house of God is for you to gain, receive, you are putting yourself under slavery.